This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Zappos, the home for the Cougar Coaches Show, where the Palouse comes to play and eat. Now, live from Zappos, alongside Cougar head coach Jake Dickert, here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chazanow.
Great to be with you as we've got ourselves the Apple Cup Coaches Show here at Zappos, and we're going to start it off with a special guest here off the top. No, not a letdown. No letdown.
We want to hear from the coach.
We're leading off with our director of athletics, Pat Chun. Thank you for throwing the headset on and taking the time to do this. We got a busy week. It's not just football, right? We got men's hoops and volleyball. There's all kinds of stuff going on this weekend.
Yeah, it feels like today is kind of the calm before the storm as people are coming in on their RVs, and I think the rest of us are trying to figure out how to celebrate Thanksgiving. I know our coaches have plans for our student athletes in town, but big weekend.
A huge weekend. Yeah. Thanksgiving, Saturday, Apple Cup, right?
Yeah, build up. We got, so for everyone in town, all of our athletes need your support. Men's basketball is a 1 o'clock tip.
Right, Detroit Mercy comes in.
$5
right?
tickets.
Oh, nice, okay.
Yeah, so if you can get out to that. And then Apple Cup weekend actually starts with our top 25 women's volleyball team.
Love it.
Yeah, hosting that team in purple from the west side. And they understand what's at stake. And I got a funny feeling. It's going to be standing room only, so get there early. Go crazy, make them feel us Friday night, and then everything culminates Saturday. We got, I was looking at this senior class. What an amazing group of young men this is, and what they've done, during their time here. And this 7 bowl streak, we got the second longest bowl streak in the Pac-12.
Is that right? I didn't realize it was second longest in the league.
Wow. But that's a testament to, Bill Moose, Elson Floyd, Mike Leach, and they put a foundation down. And you see what Coach Dickert and this staff is doing, and the quality of young men that are wearing our jerseys right now. So, but we got to keep recruiting, and I know what signing day is right around the corner, and things are moving fast for our football program.
Well, and we live in a really wild college football world. I mean, it always is, right?
Yeah.
It's year to year. But even maybe a little bit more so now. It's changing. Is really what it is. How has name, image, and likeness kind of impacted the student athlete experience?
Well, I think it's been positive it's net positive for our students because they're able to monetize their name, image, likeness. You're able to see endorsements. We have a wonderful group of alums with the Coug Collective, even with Crypto Cougs that are working with our programs to try to find endorsements. I think we've partnered with Icon Source, so that's the positive. But it's a challenge. I mean, really. I look at what's going on in the sport of football, men's basketball, women's basketball. Recruiting is always one of the biggest hurdles for whatever school you're at because everyone's got competition. But the world's changing quickly, and we will adapt. We have friends in the community, but with what Coach Dickert specifically is building for football, we have an opportunity, and it's a big opportunity coming up. And I know the way they've been recruiting. I think we probably, it's a different philosophy in how Jake's recruiting. It's all hands on deck. These guys are sprinting. We probably have more verbals now than we've ever had. At least since I've been here, just because it's a different recruiting style. They're very. I mean, if you spend 2 minutes with the recruiting staff, like I should send them film from you playing high school. You'll probably have low self-esteem.
That's right. I have no doubt.
After they break it all down.
No doubt.
But it's a new day and age, and there's nothing but excitement when you hear about the young men that are coming around the corner. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Biggest game of the year is coming up. We have a coach who's 1-0 in the Apple Cup.
That's right.
And I hope
historically so.
Yeah, historically so. Yeah. And I hope when I know that this group, our regulars here at Zappos, when you bring Coach Dickert up here, we'll all give him a nice round of applause. Let's make sure he feels the energy because this is an energy type of weekend for a guy who brings the juice every day.
Every day he does, no doubt. Thank you, Pat. Thanks for doing this.
All right,
Apple Cup week. We'll do this. Let's take a break. Come back. We'll get Coach Dickert on as the Cougs have the Huskies here. We'll get the show in earnest started with Coach Dickert next.
Do you have to say the H word in front of everybody?
Well, okay. Yeah. Well, we can pause. We can shove it. We can shove it. Those other guys, the purple guys.
Thank
you bet. All right, we'll take a break. Come back live next.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Saturdays are made for football, and when the game is on, we're finally off. Off duty, offline, out of office. A correct Coors Light is our do not disturb message to the world. On game day, we don't think about the 9 to 5, but worry about the 4th and 1. So this Saturday, grab a Coors Light, press play on some pigskin, and pause on everything else. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshments, made to chill. Proud partner of Cougar Athletics. 2021 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
This is the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Carbon monoxide detectors save lives because if kerosene, propane, natural gas, or wood isn't burned properly, dangerous carbon monoxide may result, and it can build up indoors without you knowing, as it's invisible and odorless. So protect yourself by installing UHL-approved carbon monoxide detectors. If carbon monoxide is present, the detector will alert everyone to get out of the house, where you can safely call 911 for help. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Welcome back to the show. Time now to look ahead at this week's game with the Coors Light Opponent Preview. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Back at it here live at Zeppo's Packed House. Great crowd. Great to see everybody. Apple Cup Coaches Show. The last regular season football coaches show.
We're here already.
How about that?
Can you believe that, Matt?
As fast as seasons get.
And look at everybody.
Packed.
It's
Love
packed.
it.
They're excited. It's a great week. I know, anyone out there, if you're like my kids, sometimes they got the week off of school and my wife's ready to pull her hair out already. But we got family in town, and this is what it's all about. It's Apple Cup week.
My little guy's here for this one for the first time. There he is. Nathan.
All right.
There we
right.
go. Great to see. He came down today and asked Dad after he wanted to see crocodiles on the drive. That's a hard ask. That's a tough ask.
It's a tough ask.
I couldn't make that one happen.
Did you pull a rabbit out of a hat?
I tried. We were talking about, we can do other things. Or maybe like you see a coyote on the way home.
That's right.
That could happen.
That's right. A little snow, a little bit of that, but it's about it.
All right, we got ourselves. Technically, this is our opponent preview. So it is that time now. Now, Pat got a little prickly with me when I said the H word. So we're going to go with the purple guys, the other guys, the West Side guys.
Team out West.
How about that?
Yep.
So the guys from the other side, they can throw the ball, right? They lead the nation in passing. They can spin it. I mean, that's
right there.
Listen,
Start right
at it. Michael Penix, he was a quarterback for Kalen DeBoer in Indiana when DeBoer was the offensive coordinator
and he did very well.
Yeah.
And then went through a little bit of rough patches. But the biggest thing, whenever I see a really good passing offense, the first thing I really look at is the offensive line. And I think that's probably the group that on their team probably doesn't get talked about enough. To throw over 500 times and only give up 7 sacks, I believe the number is, they're keeping them clean. No one's really, touching them, and that leads to success. So it starts there. They're protecting them very well, and Penix has been probably the most accurate passer I've seen on tape in a long time, and he's throwing it with great confidence. So tight windows, long guys, he's letting his guys go up there and make some plays, and that's been the magic for him all season, and obviously a drastic change in offense, from what they've been doing in the past.
He would have been somebody that folks probably would have talked about more since that Indiana year. He's off 2 ACLs, right? He's
correct.
He's had an injury history, and now he's healthy. He's a lefty, and it's a little different. The release point's a little different, and certainly not bad. It's just not
and every once in a while, that's what people say about Cam, too. I mean, Cam will do a little side sling action, and I think that's what you do it. And when you see it lefty, it just kind of throws you off a little bit. Yeah. But, man, it is on point. And so far, no one has really gotten him off rhythm, besides maybe a really windy night against Oregon State. Right. So it starts with the offensive line. I think they're efficient enough in the run game. And then, the 2 receivers have been phenomenal going out there and making some plays. So they're 2 of the best in the conference. And the challenge is going to be high, but our guys are we're ready for it, and we feel very comfortable with where we're at coming off a great week last week.
Yeah, there were 40-mile-an-hour gusts in that Beaver game.
Yeah, you could tell. It affected the offense, and, maybe a little snow, Geisa Field, a little Martin Stadium action. You never know what can happen.
Is that on the table? I think it might be.
I don't know. We're checking. Like I said, I never check our weather more than 24 hours out.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, reminded me of the Arizona game last year. I checked it 8 hours before, and it changes on an instant.
Was it not supposed to be foggy last year?
No. I mean, we're in our pre-staff meeting, and we're like, weather's going to be good. A great night on the Palouse. All of a sudden,
historically bad weather.
Here comes a snow globe and fog. So you never know what's going to hit. So that's what makes it so fun.
I think it's because we won the game, because the Cougs won the game. I have the fondest memories of that night. That's the craziest thing.
It reminds you when you're a kid, right? You remember those snow games, and you're like, wow, it was amazing, but you played well, or you won the game in high school, or this or that happened. So, yeah, we'll always remember the fog game.
Pretty funny. Roma Odunze is their top receiver. And he's 6 touchdowns, 931 yards. Jalen McMillan, they each have 65 catches.
Yeah, it's almost like mirror images of each other a little bit, but I think they do a good job of finding unique ways to get them the ball. When they drop back, they get the ball out on time, and then they do a really good job of max protection, deep shots, stuff that they're trying to scheme you up on, and those have been, really kind of money all season. They've taken the ball down the field. Reminds you a little bit of Arizona's offense and the willingness to throw it down the field. I thought we did really good, really up until maybe the last 6 minutes of the game last week. So that confidence needs to carry over. And obviously if you can affect the passer and you can get some takeaways and, maybe get some moments where we steal some possessions, I think that's going to be the recipe for success. I mean, you're not going to go out there and just shut this offense down. You got to be efficient and make them earn everything that they get.
Has Mark Atuaya talked to you about all of Wayne Talopapa's tendencies? He was Virginia's running back last year. Mark Atuaya was there with him in Charlottesville. He must know him pretty well.
Yeah, and, when he hopped into the portal, we kind of looked into it a little bit, but felt, we were very comfortable with Nakia and kind of the same style of back, that he was, but physical downhill runner, doesn't fumble the ball. That's the first thing we asked Coach Atuaya, can we get some? And he's like, no, I trained him well. Yeah. So, no, everything's been positive in that direction, but, good physical run game.
He and Cameron Davis are their two backs. They kind of split, and they're both pretty big. I mean, 205, 200, 210 pounds. How about defensively for the Huskies? What are they showing you?
I think the biggest thing is it's a completely different defense. And I know the school on the other side, I'll keep helping you out. The school on the other side, they've been known for defense primarily, and it's kind of flipped a little bit this year, and they went from their one high, kind of similar defense to ours, to more of a quarter scheme. But the strength is the edge pressure, so 3, 8, and they got another guy that comes in and can really rush the passer. 3 guys that might be all conference, and so that's been their success of being disruptive. But at the end of the day, they've been kind of slowly getting better as the season has progressed.
Yeah, they've improved as the years gone on.
And playing more confident, and I think that's them getting a little healthier as well.
They've won 5 straight. Yeah, and took care of the Buffs 54-7. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be great. It's rivalry week. Yes. And it just takes you as a player and as a person back to those moments. And we talked about it on this show, I've been part of, Wyoming, Colorado State, North Dakota State, South Dakota State. Reminds me of my days of Stevens Point versus Oshkosh. Like that you get the blood going. And people ask me today, did anyone talk about their favorite Apple Cup moment? I just think when everyone comes back and talks to the team about it, it's about the way it made them feel and the energy. And it just, when they talk, my hair just stands up on my arm and in the back of the neck because you feel it. And you feel it in this room. You're going to feel it on Saturday for dang sure out there at Martin Stadium.
Now, I've heard everybody I talk to, all the Cougar greats. So you can go through the whole list. This game. It's all about this one.
Correct. You don't remember the scores? You'll remember the score of the Apple Cup.
This one. That's right.
Yes.
That's right. All right, we'll take a break, come back. We got questions all loaded up. We got Twitter. We got write-ins. Great to see everybody on a packed house. It's the Cougs against the other guys here at Zeppo's Talking Ball here for the Apple Cup.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppo's. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppo's is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppo's.
Want to earn some money this winter? Spokane International Airport is hiring multiple seasonal snow removal equipment operators. These are on-call positions for the upcoming winter season from November 2022 to March 2023. You can earn up to $36 an hour. Some positions require a CDL, and previous experience in operating snow removal equipment is highly preferred. Join our team today. Learn more and apply by visiting SpokaneSnow.com.
This is the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Show me the money! That's right, Spokane. The $60,000 Snow Me the Money giveaway is coming to Northern Quest. Bob, tell them what they could win.
Well, Steve, there's 20 grand in cash, plus a chance to spank Old Man Winter with 2 new Polaris snowmobiles.
Don't make it weird, Bob. Maybe just tell them to play daily and visit northernquest.com for details about
Show me the money!
The passion.
He's going to take it to the house. Dinner's cooking. Touchdown!
The fury.
Getting blitzed. Down he goes.
The speed.
To the 50. To the 40. He's gone.
The best in college football.
Toward the end zone. Got it for 6 points. You cannot hitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the barn. Back to the end zone. 30. 20.
This is the College Football Blitz. Listen all season long on College Sports Now on the Varsity Network. You're listening to the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show. On the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Here's the voice of the Cougars, Matt Chazanow.
Back at it live here talking ball with Coach Dickert as we get set. We've got questions rolling in. We've got the Cougs against the purple and yellow guys.
That's right.
Coming up. And but real quick, 4 interceptions last week. You had 4 picks against the guys in the desert, against the Tucson Wildcats.
Oh, it was one of those energy starters. I mean, obviously our guys were prepared. You know, we're really focused, and we went out there and made a ton of plays, and not just to get the picks, but get the pick 6 with Derek Langford kind of finishing that one. And how about Sam Lockett?
Oh.
I mean, by far played his best game, Spokane native.
Love
it was just – it's good to see his progression keep going. Absolutely.
Yeah,
him and Armani just had a game, and for them to be teammates in high school and do it out here at the biggest stage, it's fun to watch.
It's a dream scenario.
Oh, it's fun.
You can't write it up. I'm sure they're back in high school. They go, hey, one day.
Yeah.
One day we'll be in a pack game.
That's right.
Picking somebody off.
Yeah, they made it happen.
They sure did. Heck of a game. All right, we got questions for you here.
Let's go. A lot of write-ins today.
A lot of write-ins and a lot on Twitter. I guess people care about the Apple Cup.
Let's
just
do it.
so you know.
Let's do
that's
it.
apparently the deal. Okay. From Dave. And Dave's here every week. Dave's as good a there's Dave back there. Okay, Dave and Mary. Mary Great Cook.
There you go.
Mary
Great
Cook.
Cook,
It's
yes.
actually her middle name. No spaces. Great.
Okay.
Yeah. From Dave. I love my father. It's great. As a child, he never knew the joy of having a puppy. As an adult, he never knew the joy of being a Coug. Only the unpleasant stench of being a Husky. It would make his holiday season if we could get a Go Cougs for John Schneider. So there we are. So go Cougs, John.
Absolutely. Go
What?
Cougs.
Go Cougs. Go
Go
Cougs. There he
Cougs.
is.
All right.
All right.
All right. Yeah, it's making him blush over there. I like it. He's in enemy territory. He knows it. He can feel it.
Dangerous waters.
Yeah, that's right. That's
here,
all right.
Here at Zeppos. How does play calling change with icy conditions on the field?
Ooh, I think the biggest thing whenever you face something snowy or icy, the offense has an advantage because they know where they're going. You know, so sometimes people try to get conservative. Sometimes I like to stay aggressive because DBs got to really be on their heels. They can't transition and come forward as fast as you can go vertical on them. So, but at the end of the day, it turns into a little bit more of a running game, and you got to find ways to stay aggressive. So, hopefully we won't get there, but you never know.
Yeah, we do need to check that on Friday.
That's right.
It could make a difference.
Yes.
It could. From a pure football standpoint, are there any real differences playing at 1:30 or 7:30?
Right now, we've been pretty successful playing at the early slotted game,
Sure.
and I'm a big believer that's the way college football should be played. And sometimes, every once in a while, because we practice in the morning, our guys are used to that schedule. We wake up, we get after it, and we go. There is something to waiting around all day. You know, it's like, let's get to this. There's an excitement to it, especially an Apple Cup game, but it's part of what we do, and we're excited to be on ESPN and showing the world what we can do.
What are some of the best parts about living in Pullman? That's not just a football question.
Yeah, do we got an hour?
We can blow the brakes out.
To me, it starts with family. When my daughter had a choir concert the other day, I'm there in 5 minutes.
I love it.
If the boys are playing basketball and t-ball, I can get there and. It starts with that, and you can't get anywhere in 5 minutes in L.A. in the town on the other side of the state or the Bay.
Can't get to your parking lot.
I'm with you. So it's the family feel. It's what we know. It's what we grow up on. We got Candace's families here for Thanksgiving, and they're from small town Wisconsin, and we're just it's who we are. It's part of our blood, and we love it here.
I love that. I love it. All right, let's go to Twitter. Do you think Jennifer Delzer? Do you think players are inspired by? This is an interesting question. Do you think players are inspired by comparisons to previous teams? Or like other Cougar squads, right? This defense, this QB, that QB.
Yeah, it's some of the things that maybe as a coach we try to avoid a little bit. Is that there was that early noise in the early part of the season about comparing us to the Palouse Posse and all those things. I always think that's the stuff that's great after the season when you look at the body of work. Now we're almost there, right? We're in week 12. But sometimes, I'd use this term that comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah.
Because you're always comparing yourself to somebody else, and you're never enjoying the moment that you are in, and realizing how special this group is. So every once in a while, I think, these phone boxes we all carry around kind of ruin some of that joy because it's always like you're never allowed to be your own self and create your own identity.
I'm going to Snapchat.
Exactly right.
Oh, okay.
They're busy watching what other people are doing instead of experiencing their own life. So those are some of the things that we talk about. But historically, I think it's fun for fans and sportscasters and all that to compare, hey, this group versus that group in generation versus different generations.
Glad you brought it up.
Okay.
While we're at it.
That's right.
This team leads the pack in points per game allowed. 19.
Awesome.
Fewer than 20. The last time fewer than 20 points a game allowed, 03 Holiday Bowl. And there's one other year prior, and I need a little help digging back. These nuggets are actually a little hard to find.
Okay.
I don't know. It's possible, and may need to go way back for it, like Babe Hollingberry back. I'm not sure the Cougs in a contemporary era have led the pack in points per game allowed. I need to check it, but they haven't in the last fifth of a century. So I'll tell you that. So that's
not like the ultimate jinx you just put on us there.
I don't believe in. You're not superstitious. We've talked about.
Right.
No. That's not allowed. You can't backpedal.
I can't live it both ways. You're right.
No.
But you're right. It's been a phenomenal season, and I think our guys have just competed their tail off, and it's been really fun to watch and be a part of. And like I said, I think there's a mentality to playing great defense because you got to do your one part, and that's what I'm most proud of. Our guys buying into that part.
Question from Will Grantham, who's here a lot, and he's a great guy. An observation, and this I'm going to ask you a question after this observation. Jaden DeLora loves this spin move to get out of trouble on several occasions. Our D going full steam kind of held up at the last moment, not allowing Jaden to escape. There must be something that you have to tell your guys when a QB's that mobile and that good out of the pocket. It can't just be full bore, right?
No, it's a great point because it's an infinite pocket. And we've talked about that a little bit on this show, that one of the hardest things to do in football is when you're free to the quarterback is sack them. Because every day in practice you're told what?
Don't hit him.
Stay away, stay away. And then all of a sudden it's like here, and you don't ever really rep just sacking quarterbacks.
Interesting.
So even I thought a good example of that would be Derek Langford's blitz. He did a good job of staying 2 yards behind the quarterback. That's what we talked about all week. And he kind of shut it down and didn't allow him to get there. And then him and BJ, get a big hit, and we get a TFL on a screenplay. So I thought our guys executed the plan really well, but to your point, you can't allow them to spin out, and we wanted the smaller quarterback to step up into the pocket if we could.
Langford on that blitz came from the near side of the field, from the coordinator side, and I was sitting next to Coach Callaghan and Coach Ware. I got excited because I saw him going, he's going to go.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
Here he goes. And that's like a corner's dream. These guys all talk. I mean, they love interceptions and PBUs, but when you start talking about a sack, like Shaw this morning was like, "Ooh, Coach, I don't have one. I'm coming."
I was
like, "Okay,
it's my turn."
It's like they just. I haven't had one yet, Coach. What about sending me? I was like, okay, we'll work through that.
Does that work both ways? Like about Mejia with his interception earlier this year? Like D tackles want picks, right?
Oh, the D tackle dream. Yeah. I mean, and it happened in the Apple Cup, right? But to get the pick and get the score, that's like legendary stuff.
I love it. All right, Finn Kell asked, I saw Joe Taylor was dressed for a couple games, which is such a cool story. My question is, what do players, especially young players, have to do to make the travel squad?
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, you start with early in the season, everyone's healthy. I mean, that top 74, we take 74 on the travel squad. Sometimes it can be hard to make, and as injuries happen and your roster changes over, sometimes we'll use some of those spots as rewards for guys that are busting their tail on some scout teams. And Joe's been one of those guys, but he's also given us depth in special teams, and Malachi Ledbetter would be another one that Rashad McKenzie, guys that are working their tail off each and every day. We have a couple extra spots. Let's bring them and get them that game day experience, and I think it's going to pay off down the road.
Good for Joe, good for Malachi.
Yep.
That's awesome. Hey, Jim asks you, Jim Braun, I was at the Arizona game. One thing got me wondering if I've seen it, haven't seen it all season. Forgive me. Why isn't Jack Wilson on the field goal block team at 6'11"?
It's funny. There's been a couple people that have asked me this question. There's no great reason besides he's not a defensive player, but I think maybe if we got into a must-stop situation, I think putting 6'11" in there, trying to jump vertically, can create a wall in front of the field goal post.
He's a big boy.
He's a big
boy. Daniel Hayes, and let's do this. Let's do this before, because we're going to have Connor Gomness up, and I'm excited to talk to him. This is a mandatory annual discussion.
Okay.
What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Go Cougs. We're going to break down the plate and do the whole, and we did this last year.
We did. I think we did, and I hopefully I'm consistent. I say the same things.
The taste has changed.
You can't change it up too much, but and this seems like a very controversial thing because I said it early in the week, but my favorite is green bean casserole.
Yeah, it's a little controversial.
It's
not turkey.
People are like, but that's what I love. I put the little fried onion crisps on top. It's just creamy. It's good. I love it, and you never make it.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest.
It's true.
Candace isn't making hey, we're having burgers and green bean casserole.
No.
But I'm a big pile it on guy, right? So that's on one side, but then I'm a potato, corn, turkey, stuffing, gravy.
That's a good
on
plate.
Everything. It's like a smorgasbord bite.
It's a great plate.
It's
a great plate.
And I'm even a build your own massive sandwich guy.
Yeah, is that a second? Maybe a second?
Yeah,
come
second
back,
time. Well,
smush it down.
I'm continuing to go.
Thirds, we're going all
and then
day.
I'm going to finish with a little peach pie.
Oh, it's
Warm
delicious.
it up,
Love
ice cream. That's where I go, and I'm anti-pumpkin pie if there's any pumpkin pie lovers out there.
Interesting.
It's a consistency
Actually got a round of applause.
I agree.
We are very anti-pumpkin pie here.
All right. I've tried it. I've given it a fair opportunity. I've done the whipped cream, more whipped cream than pie.
Yeah, you've tried.
I can't get there.
Not for you. Okay. Nope. Well, there you go.
What about you, Matt? I don't want to leave you out.
Oh gosh, I'm really non-discriminatory with regard. My favorite holiday.
Yep.
If it's there, it's on the plate. I do like pumpkin pie. I'm not I like peach though as well. Turkey, and then my thing. I love cranberry sauce.
Oh, I love it. I'm going to the app.
I love it.
On the side
I love
it. I
love it.
Leave it in the can.
No,
I don't want it.
I love it. I even love the stuff that it goes out of the can, it drops down, makes that noise.
The funny part, everyone's laughing because it's
they all
the exact visual.
Yeah, it's it comes out and it's just wobbly right there.
Here's the real question. Do you have Christmas stuff up now, or do you wait till after Thanksgiving?
No. Well, here's the Jewish. So,
you're
good. So maybe Hanukkah a little bit. There you go. Yeah. So,
got me there.
So, no, none right now.
Absolutely not.
Right. And honestly, also, the other thing is, in my line of work, I am always working over holidays.
That's
always.
True. That's
always.
True.
It's Apple Cup. It's basketball. It's this. It's that. And
that's why we went to the fake tree. I mean, we came back home. It'd be down. It'd be off. We're bowl games. It comes back to a disaster. Dog knocked it over. We don't need any of that
stuff.
It's
not worth it.
It's not.
Pine needles on the floor.
That's right.
I love it. I love the holiday questions. Okay, Harry, we're going to get Connor Gomness on here in just a few moments. We got a bunch of questions in here. Harry asks, how do you feel your team has done this season playing complementary football? Not totally.
I think that's a good question. I think the biggest thing is we win as a team. You don't win as a team. I think everything we do is team-oriented and team-based. And I think our guys know that better than anybody. The Cougs always win together. So I would say pretty well, to be right on with that question. And, I just think the biggest thing is the last 3 weeks we've talked about a lot. Man, we've gotten off to fast starts, right? And offense has been rolling. And, we just need to keep that foot on the gas, and part of it is my background. We go out there and get big leads. I've been part of ground and pound, and let's make sure we're winning this thing the right way. But at the end of the day, there's been a lot of wins on that schedule, and we're continuing to get better, and our best team game is still out there. And that's what we're excited about this week.
You're outscoring teams in the first quarter 72-37. You're outscoring teams in the second quarter 112-53. That's phenomenal.
That is phenomenal. That's a great first half split. And, it's funny, and we talked about the analytics. It's 80% of the teams at halftime win the game in college football.
Wow.
So we're working on building leads and, excited about, getting the ball and starting off fast.
Kingston the Coug, I don't think this is Jarrett, but Kingston the Coug,
I'd
be surprised.
I'd be surprised.
Be surprised. With UW having only allowed 7 sacks all year, which is a really impressive number, how do you go about getting pressure on the Husky QB? Easier said than done.
Yeah, I think – just as we've gone into most of the weeks, it's got to be a variety of different things. I think our blitz packages have been really successful for us, and it's also not always about the sacks. Can we get them moving around? Can we get hits? I thought our hits took a toll last week. He's a hard one just to sack overall, but I think we're going to need to win some one-on-one matchups. And they have some high-caliber players, but I have great faith in RJ and BJ and Eddie and Lawrence and Ram and our interior guys to go out there and be really disruptive.
That's a parallel between the Huskies and the Ducks. That's two things they both did really well. They protect the QB.
100%. 100%. They can lead to a lot of offensive success when you're good up front.
Final question for you from Mama Tracy via Whitney Ward. How many turkeys will it take to feed the team? Happy Thanksgiving and go Cougs. Do we have stats on that?
I'm gonna have to research that one. But we are having it tomorrow afternoon, and I gotta imagine it's quite a bit.
Yeah, big numbers.
Yeah, just the line in general. You're talking
big boys.
Yeah, a lot of turkeys.
A lot of turkeys.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can't run out. It's Thanksgiving.
No,
you can't
absolutely.
do that. We've got Connor Gomness coming up.
Yes.
And he's been the glue and the anchor of a group
100%.
that has ascended through the year.
100%.
Especially with the way Nakia's run the ball here lately.
His leadership has been phenomenal. All the way since last January to now. He's been voted captain, and excited for everybody to get an opportunity to talk with him.
I love it. All right, we'll get you your cranberry sauce in the back next. We'll take a break. Come back. Connor Gomness next. Cougs taking on the Purple Guys.
This Cougar football tailgating moment is brought to you by Canoe Ridge Vineyards, proud partner of Washington State University Athletics. For this week's football matchup against Washington, smart Cougar tailgaters know to pair award-winning Canoe Ridge wines with a crowd-pleasing pregame meal. Your mealtime roster will score big points with Canoe Ridge wines backing it up. Canoe Ridge Vineyards, representing the best of award-winning Washington wines with more than 85 critical scores of 90-plus points. Visit them at their Walla Walla tasting room or at canoeridgevineyard.com. Go Cougs!
Time to redo this basement?
Yeah. A home gym, movie theater, model train utopia.
Or yoga studio?
I'm flexible-ish.
Great. I'll just use the US Bank mobile app so we can plan it out.
Which way are you leaning? Setting a savings goal or applying for a home improvement loan?
I say we look at both options, right here in the app.
Budget for a really good home gym. We deserve it.
Noted.
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. That's what US Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender member FDIC.
Back after this local timeout on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Saturdays are made for football. And when the game is on, we're finally off. Off duty, offline, out of office. A cracked Coors Light is our do not disturb message to the world. On game day, we don't think about the 9 to 5, but worry about the 4th and 1. So this Saturday, grab a Coors Light, press play on some pigskin, and pause on everything else. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshments, made to chill. Proud partner of Cougar Athletics. 2021 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
This is Cougar basketball.
Gives it to Yaki, right wing. Wants that tie. Has the tie. On the run out, one-on-one. Euro step, lays it in on the steal.
Tune in all season long as Kyle Smith and the Cougs look to make more noise in the Pac-12.
Game pump fakes, drives in, dunks it down. An exclamation point. Finds his buddy Rodman. He steps into a three and has his third.
It's only on your home for Cougar basketball. The Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Back at it live here talking ball. We've got ourselves the final regular season game of the year, the big one, the Apple Cup. The Cougs take on the guys from the West Side. We're joined here by center Connor Gomness, 19 straight starts. Good for you, man. Congratulations on all your success.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Fans have, we do our best. Maybe you'll appreciate this. I think the O-line will appreciate it to some degree. No statistics, right? Guys are always generally discussed after the ball, right? But none of it happens without you guys. So we sit here, we try to spotlight the O-line all we can, right? Yeah. So there you go. I'm doing my part.
Yeah,
I'm doing my best. Yeah.
Appreciate it. We're the dark horse. Never get any attention. There's no big plays for us unless we're getting beat, right? So no, we appreciate any time we can get some love from you guys.
There's been a little bit of that analytic group, PFF, and they try to grade you guys, but there used to be that pancake stat, right? Like that was the only stat that O-linemen get. But in general, this year, it's been shifted around a lot. There have been a lot of moving pieces on the O-line, except for you. Yeah. You've been the anchor. You've been the staple. What's it been like for you to work with different guards, to work with different configurations?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've had guys go down and guys step up, and I'm just so proud of how guys have responded and be able to step up in that position and be ready to go. We got guys moving from guard to tackle, from tackle to guard. So, I'm just really happy the way we've, pushed through adversity at those times, and we just kept responding and kept playing our best. So no matter who's next to me, I just know I can trust them and rely on them to do their best as well.
What is the burden on you from a signal call, from a blocking scheme recognition, from coordination with Cameron Ward, or is there none if some of the personnel changes?
I'm pretty sure that everyone knows what their job is. So when we go in there's no big difference. I'm making the calls for the O-line. If there's something I need to tell Cam, I'll just look back there and tell him. But for the most part, all calls are the same. Guys just, they know every position on the line, which is really good because it's helped throughout the year.
You've been integrated into a new offense this year. Now we're going way back and we're 12 weeks into it. But how has the offense from the O-line perspective evolved? I mean, the last 3-4 games, you run the ball really, really well. You've busted holes open for Nakia. Jalen had that big game against USC. How has the offense gone from Idaho to now, and what Eric Morris and Clay McGuire have tried to install here for you guys?
Yeah, I just think guys have become more confident in the way they play and being able to come off the ball and strike somebody across from them. We got guys that are, branching off from the Leach offense where we ran the ball maybe 6 or 8 times a game. So now we're really getting to it, putting our head down and going to work. I'm just really happy of how we've progressed each week, and we're continuing to grow as an O-line and a unit.
Do you have a preference? You go, okay, it's a run play. Like, here we go. I'm excited for this. Or do you say, yeah, I'm gonna pass block?
I'm just excited, either one. Of course, the situation. So, when you get a run play on the goal line, my heart's pumping out of my chest. I'm more excited to get down. Sometimes last week I had 2 hands. I hold the ball in one hand, so I have my other hand in the dirt, which I never do, but that was, pretty exciting, get your blood flowing pretty well. So, yeah, no, it's good. I have no preference.
So you're snapping the ball back. You got the other hand down. They know what's coming. You know what's coming. You're just getting that ball back and going forward as fast as you can.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they know it's coming. But they couldn't stop it last week, so, that's the plan again this week.
How about that? I'll get a round of applause from folks. Hey, how much friendly conversation occurs? You guys are real close to each other. You're practically helmet to helmet, right? There's just a little bit of space there. You guys ever have a little civil discourse
with the other side?
Yeah.
Sometimes. It depends who the guy is across the way. We get some of those guys who are just, at it the whole game, and they keep talking to us. And then we get guys like Christian Hilborn out there at tackle, and he loves to get his few words in, of course.
He's a talker?
Oh, yeah, he's a little bit of a talker. So, no, I appreciate him always yelling something out. It makes it fun for sure, but there's definitely words exchanged. Not always the best words.
I was going to say, nothing you can really repeat.
Yeah,
right?
Nothing on live.
When Nakia broke the 65-yarder against Stanford early, right? You must have had a sense of, this is going to be a fun day, right?
Oh, yeah.
When he broke that one, you go, this is going to work today.
For sure. I actually I went to high school with the kid, Tobin Phillips, played D-line for Stanford, and that play I went back on a back block, and Nakia busted it out. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be good. And I'm gonna have to text my old coach after this game because it's going to be like this all day.
I love it. Hey, so when guys are right up on you, when you're reading the defense, right, and we'll get a little bit into what the Huskies want to do to whatever degree you can share without surrendering competitive advantage. But but they've got some big bodies, right? But when guys are right up on you, or guys are in this gap or that gap, it changes what you're processing and what you're thinking is going to come, right? That makes a huge difference, right? Is there something that you think is, well, I need to worry about this if this guy's bring me through that process mentally before you snap the ball?
Yeah, I just think we've trained everything, we've seen it all. So when I finally do get up to the ball, it's just muscle memory. I know this look and how we're going into it, so it's there's no thought. It's just I make the call. Guys know exactly where they need to go and where they need to be at. So. It's all there in our toolbox. We just have to execute.
How about the Huskies specifically? What do they show you? Defensive line, blitz packages, What do you see?
Yeah, no, they're a good defense. Their safeties come down really hard, so they fill in the box. So, I mean, we're going to take that, use that to our advantage, drawing them in and whatever that's going to be. So we're just going to have to, they're a good D-line and they play hard, so we're going to have a work cut out for us this week, and we're just going to have to play harder.
All right, I love it. We'll let you get back to it. And, I've got lights. For those listeners here, there's lights here. I see Jack Wilson, I think, through the lights. Pretty sure. And have we stopped your bowling game? And what was your score right now? Have we paused the lane? You got the bowling shoes on right now. He's out here with straight off the lanes from Zeppos.
Yeah. What was it, guys? Like I was at like 2-something.
Sure you are. Yeah. Sure you are.
Yeah, I think I was at like a 65 finish. But I can't really focus too much on my bowling game right now.
Well,
but after postseason for sure.
260 with bumpers maybe.
Oh yeah,
with the bumpers on the side. Yeah.
Hey, shout out Jack though, two-sport athlete.
That's right.
About to gear up for another season. Here we go.
There you go. How about that? All right, we'll take a break. Come back. Hey, thanks for doing this, Connor Gomness.
Appreciate you.
The center here for the Cougs it's the Apple Cup week. We'll take a break. Come back.
Go Cougs.
Show me the money!
That's right, Spokane. The $60,000 Snow Me the Money giveaway is coming to Northern Quest. Bob, tell them what they could win.
Well, Steve, there's 20 grand in cash, plus a chance to spank Old Man Winter with 2 new Polaris snowmobiles.
Don't make it weird, Bob. Maybe just tell them to play daily and visit northernquest.com for details about
Show me the money!
Hey, Kook fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppos. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppos is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppos.
This is the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you ever pay attention to overhead power lines? If you're like most people, you don't, but you should. Especially when you're working up on a roof or carrying a ladder outdoors. Kids who climb trees and fly kites and adults with drones need to watch out for power lines too. And on the off chance that you find a downed power line, stay at least 10 feet away and quickly call 911 and Avista. Always pay attention to power lines. It's your best line of defense. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
Want to earn some money this winter? Spokane International Airport is hiring multiple seasonal snow removal equipment operators. These are on-call positions for the upcoming winter season from November 2022 to March 2023. You can earn up to $36 an hour. Some positions require a CDL, and previous experience in operating snow removal equipment is highly preferred. Join our team today. Learn more and apply by visiting SpokaneSnow.com.
Back at it live here, talking ball with Coach Dickert as we get set for the Apple Cup. It's the Cougs against the West Side guys.
How about Connor Gomness, huh?
He's great.
I call him Aquaman.
He looks like Jason Momoa.
He does.
He
right?
does. Yeah.
He does. So
yeah.
I mean, he had the white tee on. I was like, this is epic. Well, Aquaman right here. Let's go.
Yeah, looks just like him. He should go to Kauai and say, hey, I'm Jason. Yeah. They'd be like, yeah, let's shut it down. Sign some autographs.
A little look-alike. Yeah, he can make it happen.
100%. And he's a heck of a football player.
Absolutely. He's been, like I said, he's been the glue of that offensive line. No matter what pieces we put in there, he glues them together and keeps them on the same page. So it's been a great journey.
Cougs have had a really good stretch of center play. Freddie Malangoa was here forever, and Connor Gomness is now doing a really, really good job.
Yeah, and I think our offense really puts a lot on him to, what we call Mike in the defense and controlling protection and where we're going to run the zones to. So he's done a great job, and just he's great to see him work day in and day out and really getting to this point and getting better.
Head to Chipman & Taylor's website for your chance to enter to win Coug football season tickets and Coug swag for next season. You're running out of time on this one. Chipman & Taylor Chevy's located on Bishop Boulevard in Pullman, your hometown Chevy dealer, where everybody gets a great deal. Maybe you haven't run out of time. They've pulled the date off that read.
Okay,
so
good.
It was going to end November 26th, but maybe we're good to go. go.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah, so you can get swag and then season tickets for next season and game in a suite, which actually is really fun.
Yes.
Super fun. And you'll never get to do that.
I will.
But that's what I took.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah, I heard it's great.
Yeah.
I've been after
the views are great.
Looks really, really fun.
Yeah.
Connor said that there was a play at the 1 yard line or like the half yard line, and the game escapes me. But he had both hands down, which is rare, and he had the ball, so they know it's coming, right? You're going forward. Snap it back. He goes, his heart's pounding. He comes down to the line. Guys are right there. That must be kind of a special football moment. You get a lot of those anymore. You don't get as much of the Oklahoma drill. You don't get as much of that stuff in practice where you go, I'm coming at you.
It's one of those things. There's no hiding from it, and both sides know it. Here it comes. Let's let this thing rip. And did he say if he won that moment?
I think he did.
Good.
I think he did.
Either way, let's just say he did.
Yeah.
That's why he remembers it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's like the old option deal. I mean, when you're coming out and you got so much weight on your front hand, I mean, you're rolling forward. So they don't do those. We don't do that in the shotgun anymore.
Gosh, you just don't see a lot. Right, the shotgun, but even like if you go back, not that long ago, Tommy Frazier and Eric Crouch and Donovan McNabb and Mike, they're running the option.
True option.
Just the true option.
Yeah.
Seems to have evaporated.
The funny part, I'll talk to our guys about like touchdown Tommy Frazier, and they'll be like, Coach, I don't know who that is.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh.
How does that make you feel?
We're old, but we're not. Are we that old?
No,
it's not leather helmets.
We're not quite there yet.
Man, gosh, that does.
I need a little education. I keep helping them, so here we go.
Yeah, it's a little jarring. Yeah. Are there any students of the game on the squad? Can you ever get a sense of like kids have studied it a little bit? And I'll say this also: a lot of great athletes that I've talked to really were busy playing, not watching.
Yeah,
like they're practicing all the time. They just don't have time.
It is rare to kind of talk to a kid that, every once in a while you get like, well, I play football, but I don't really watch it. And I think it's one of the biggest things where I said I love watching college football because of the pace of it, and NFL just feels so slow to me. Yeah. So it's two different games.
Yeah, it is. I need to know. We're about to go to a break. I need to know more about Wisconsin Stevens Point versus Oshkosh.
UW 0. That's what we call it. UW 0.
I love it.
Yeah, but I think senior years, someone scored a big touchdown late to win. It's great. But
that's awesome.
But since I've left, I think the other team is
gotten you.
Oh, bad.
What's their
too.
mascot? What's the Oshkosh? Do you remember?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
What are the pointers?
I'll Google it.
Yeah,
we'll check it out. All right.
Titans.
The Titans.
There we go.
The Oshkosh Titans. All right. Love it. Earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest. Yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. I say this in no jest, and we're up against it, but my best man at my wedding was a D3 basketball player.
Yeah.
Saw him play a big rival, right? Electric.
Oh, yeah.
It was basketball. It was a gym. It was a tight gym. D3, D2, and you play your rival.
Oh, it
was awesome.
It's as good as it gets.
It was their Apple Cup.
Yep,
it was
exactly
I was
right.
like, this place is hot. Yep. It's a small little gym. Like, this is great.
It is.
And I bet you that rival.
It's the environment.
I bet it's awesome.
It makes it. And, like I said, Saturday will be another one of those great environments.
That's awesome. All right, we'll take a break. Come back. We got another segment. We'll put a bow on it. It's the Apple Cup coming up.
Saturdays are made for football. And when the game is on, we're finally off. Off duty, offline, out of office. A cracked Coors Light is our do not disturb message to the world. On game day, we don't think about the 9 to 5, but worry about the 4th and 1. So this Saturday, grab a Coors Light, press play on some pigskin, and pause on everything else. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshments, made to chill. Proud partner of Cougar Athletics. 2021 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Another season of women's and men's college sports is underway. Follow your alma mater or favorite team in their pursuit of the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2023 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
This is Drew Bledsoe, and you're listening to Cougar Football.
Bledsoe calls his play, has the ball, throws a home run ball from the end zone to Bobo. Touchdown! Washington State!
On the Washington State Sports Network.
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I think you...
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Cougar football lives here.
Washington State wins the Apple Cup in Seattle.
The Cougs close out the regular season on Saturday in search of a second straight Apple Cup win over Washington.
Crushed by Henley, loss of one on the play. Ball is scooped up at the 20-yard line. Picked up by Hicks.
Kickoff is at 7:30.
On the run to the 10, touchdown. A scoop and score.
It's all on your home for Cougar football. The Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Apple Cup coming up here. It's the Cougs against the guys from the West Side. As Washington State University would like to thank Crimson and Gray for their continued support of Coug Athletics. Head to bookstore.com to get the latest in Coug apparel. That's BKSTR.com. 13 Cougs will be honored on the Giesa Field Martin Stadium surface as seniors. This will be their last home game.
Yeah, that's not to be lost in a great rivalry week. We got 13 seniors finishing their career here at Washington State, playing in their last home game. And someone asked me a little bit about the emotions that they're going through. It's a little bit different because they know it's not their final game. We know we earned another one, but you can't put a value on your family's there. You get to run out that tunnel, and you completed the journey. And I think we have 4 guys that are original 4 of guys that have made it all the way through the program. Jarrett Kingston, Armani Marsh,
Bernard
Bell, and who am I missing there?
Let's see, would be maybe we got Mujahid, we got Poole, we got Stevens, Wilson, Jack Wilson, Ben Wilson, Armani, Jordan Lee, Mejia?
Yes, Christian Mejia. Christian Mejia. And then we got a lot of guys that have just joined us kind of since I've been here. But it's one of those things. Yes, it's the new age of college football, but it's still a special moment of, hey, I'm a senior. This is going to be it. These guys have earned their degrees. They've done it the right way. They're men of high character. And more importantly, I thank them for the trust that they've had in me and our program. And today in this world of college football, they could be all over. And this group wanted to stay together. And there's obviously guys that just came this year, and Rob Farrell and Deion Henley and Jordan Lee, and to want to finish their career with us has been something special. And it feels, though, if you talk to those guys, it feels like they've been Cougs their whole life.
I have family members who've transferred for academic reasons, right? Not athletes, okay? And where they ended up and got their degree, they love.
That's right.
They love it more. That's where they went to school.
Yeah.
That's how they feel.
And we want to send them out on a high note, because not only will you remember Apple Cup, you always remember that senior night, and it's going to be a special one. So I think it's a special group, and come early, honor these guys, make sure we're in our seats, we're being loud, because I think that's a special moment in a young person's life, and obviously we're really proud of these guys.
Bernard Bell, Rob Farrell, Deion Henley, Jarrett Kingston, Derek Langford, Jordan Lee, Armani Marsh, Christian Mejia, Amir Mujahid, Antonio Poole, Grant Stevens, Ben Wilson, and Jack Wilson.
A lot of good
players.
That's
a lot of good players.
That makes me nervous.
That's what I was
thinking,
too. Round of applause for those guys. 100%.
But those guys are change agents. I mean, they've set the foundation for our program, and it's been amazing just, to watch them grow too. And, whether they've been here for 6 months or 6 years, or in Renard's case, 7, it's been a special group to be a part of, and I'm just really proud of them.
Boeing is proud to sponsor the annual Boeing Apple Cup Series, where millions of fans cheer for the many matchups between UW and WSU. We call Washington home, and we're shaping the future. Yeah, boy, you list those 13 guys off, and you go, huh.
I know.
What's spring ball going to be like?
Well,
what's fall camp going to be like? Wait a minute here, Coach. We got to,
the best part of building a program is we got to continue to build.
Right.
But they've been great examples of what Cougs need to be and how hard you need to work. And, it's fun when you hear Bernard Bell talk to a young freshman, Jalen Jenkins, and just kind of sharing that wisdom of what it's like to come from, some other place and be in Pullman and what he's learned. And I think that's what, how mature our group is. And like I said, connection is a competitive advantage, and I think this group's really connected, and it's because of these seniors.
Tell you what, there's one guy, a one-year Coug, we really need to focus on for a moment. There are 5 finalists for the Butkus Award.
Yeah.
And that's the top linebacker in America. This is the first Coug in history to be a Butkus Award semifinalist and finalist. So the semifinalist, it's Deion Henley.
Yeah.
He made the cut. First Coug to do that, which is a little bit of a surprise, honestly, considering the other great linebackers who've been here.
Yep.
And some of this always isn't totally spot-on accurate. But Deion's really, really good, and now he's a finalist top 5.
And I think he's done it the hardest way. Sometimes you need all the preseason hype, or you need to be on a certain list before you get to this point. And he kind of just showed up this year on the big stage and making big-time plays, and just really proud of him because he's really trusted the process, not only with myself, but obviously Coach Ward coaching him in the past. And the other thing that we just announced on Twitter, that he's been invited to the Reese's Senior Bowl.
Oh, congrats
That's
to
the
him.
second year in a row that we have someone in the Senior Bowl, with Abe Lucas being in there last year. And I think that's a big part of how we're developing and running our program.
Well, pretty early on, like Idaho, on, it was like, this guy might play on Sunday. Like, wait a minute, that's a really good football player.
Yeah, it was one of those things in spring ball. I was like, yep, that's it. That's what it looks like. And, everyone kind of asked, who's going to surprise you? And I was like, everyone better watch Deion Henley.
This guy.
He's going to go out there and make a bunch of plays and really add to our defense. And I think that's what he's done. And he's gotten better all season. It's only his second year playing linebacker.
And he's a great kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great dude. He's got great energy. You love to talk to him, right?
Oh, man. He's fun in a bottle. I mean, you watch him in his press conferences. He's up there. He's relaxed. He's having fun. He's himself.
Yeah.
That is who he is all the time.
Right.
I think he calls himself the Ranger. So I think that's his alter ego maybe. But he's out there having fun, but he loves playing the game, and there's a lot of hard work behind all those results.
I had him for pregame after practice. It was last week, so not this week, but last week, and he was excited, I think. And, he's a physical kid. He almost tackled me before we were going to air. He got excited. Hey, Chaz, how we doing? Like, oh, you're a big guy now.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. He's good. He's got 102 tackles.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. So it's been a pleasure to obviously be with him, and he's having a great individual success working within all of our team accomplishments.
Now, speaking of which, Francisco Malangoa, Travion Brown, Kyle Thornton, they're back. Those guys are all back.
Yep.
So that's a great group right there.
Oh, absolutely. And just like last year, how are we ever going to replace that crew? And, how are we ever going to replace this crew? I mean, it's just part of building a program, and the next man up, they came here with a purpose and a passion, and that's to get out on that field. So, Pat alluded to it. I mean, recruiting's it's a big deal, especially for Power 5 conferences and Power 5 leagues, and we got to find the right guys.
Well, I also want to take a moment. The fight song just started. I want to thank you for this show all year. This is great fun. Thank you. Thanks to Zeppos.
Yes.
Thanks to everybody here. This is awesome.
This is awesome,
Coach.
and we're really thankful for everything we do. I think I get a chance to sit next to one of the best, and I want to thank everybody here, okay? And for Candace and I to show our thanks, we're picking up the tab tonight for everybody.
Oh, wow.
So everybody, it's on us. I just really thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you guys for coming out, and go Cougs.
That's really generous.
Yep.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep,
That's awesome.
absolutely.
Really, really generous. That's awesome. We got a surprise for you, actually, off there. There's an apple pie that was cooked, that was baked for you right here from a great Coug.
There we go.
There it is. He's been handed the apple pie.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful.
That is
beautiful.
incredible. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I love it. Happy Thanksgiving, Coach. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Jerry Kylo, Jared Brent Goober, happy Thanksgiving. Luke Hallett back in the studios. For everybody listening, all the questions, go Cougs. Thank you, guys.
Go Cougs.
Carbon monoxide detectors save lives because if kerosene